Hello everyone, today I'll be showing you 10 interesting business facts that newer and older players of GTA Online should know. And without further ado, let's get into it. In the gun running business, there is a mission where you have to take 3 insurgents to a drop-off, fight some Merryweather, and then move on to the next drop-off. However, this mission is usually only possible if you have another person to help you, because you'll always be piggybacking an insurgent to the next drop-off, since all 3 insurgents have to be there at once. But if you manage to get lucky enough, there is a mission where you can take all 3 insurgents to the drop-off completely solo. You will just barely manage to complete the mission because you'll be driving insurgents constantly back and forth to drop-offs and whatnot, but it is possible completely doing it solo if you have a Sparrow and a Mark II, which is very helpful for getting back and forth between the insurgent drop-offs. If you're new to the game, you probably have friends that could help you do the cell mission, but just in case you can't, no one's on, you can do this specific cell mission completely solo. In the Nightcore business, you can buy 3 vehicles to help you deliver goods once you have enough to sell. The first being the Speedo Custom, then the Mule Custom, then the Pounder Custom. It is highly recommended that you do not buy the Mule Custom and you only stick with the Speedo and the Pounder, because the Pounder is faster than the Mule. The Mule is just a dog. It is so slow. It handles sluggish. It's terrible. The Pounder Custom, however, is a lot better because it has a little bit better handling. The overall top speed is better, which is mostly what you'll need because you'll be on the highway a lot. How these cell missions work is basically once you pass a certain threshold, it will upgrade you to a larger vehicle to accommodate the larger amount of goods. But you can completely bypass this and force it to give you the Pounder Custom because you don't have the Mule. So to wrap up this fact, basically if you are new to the Nightcore business, if you are new to GTA Online, do not buy the Mule Custom for the Nightcore business. In the import-export business, you can get 20 mid-tier and low-tier vehicles in your import-export garage. Doing this will force the game to give you high-tier vehicles to balance out the odds. So you can basically force the game to give you high-tier vehicles, which are much better than low-tier and mid-tier vehicles because they just sell for nothing and all the investments you put into it do not give you a great return. So essentially, if you are just starting in the import-export business, do not sell low-tier and mid-tier vehicles, but you can sell high-tier vehicles just so you can balance the odds needed to only be able to source high-tier cars. Now I'll show you what happens once you have 20 low-tier or mid-tier vehicles in your import-export garage. You're just going to want to sign into SecuroServe by going into your office, going to Vehicle Cargo, and sourcing a vehicle. As you can see, it only gives me top range vehicles because I've met the threshold of having 20 or more mid and low tier cars. By doing it this way, in the short run, yes, you will inherently lose money because you are not selling the low and mid tier cars. But in the long run, you will make far more money by only being able to source top range cars. One of the best ways to make XP right now is as follows. You will need 5 warehouses that can hold special cargo. And you may be saying, well, Falls, that's a lot of warehouses. That's a lot of money I don't have. You calm down. You can get small warehouses. You do not have to get a large warehouse. I think I have 2 large warehouses, but you do not need 2. You don't even need 1. You can do all small warehouses at the start. And what you will do is you will go to warehouse number 1, talk to your assistant to source a special crate. Then you will go to warehouse 2 and do the same to all 5 warehouses. By the time you're done with the 5th, go back to the first one, wait for the first crate to arrive, and then sell it. Then, after the sell mission is complete, by the way, you will only be selling 1 crate, and 1 crate is all you need to meet the maximum amount of RP that you can possibly get. But after you do the sell mission, go back to warehouse number 2 and do the same sell mission, and then go to number 3, number 4, number 5. And while you're doing this, keep telling your assistants to source cargo so you have a never-ending supply of cargo crates. By doing this, you can do endless sell missions basically forever, and this is one of the best ways to make XP right now because it is so easy to do. It is completely solo. If you have friends, it actually slows you down because you only ever get 1 car in all of these sell missions. And by the way, this can all be done in an invite-only lobby, so you don't have to worry about anyone griefing or nothing. I personally do it in public lobbies because I find invite-only lobbies incredibly boring. But if you do not care about having fun and just want to make RP, then you can go ahead and do it in invite-only lobby and be undisturbed. And by the way, don't expect to make a lot of money from this. This is purely an RP method. The acid lab business, in my opinion, is kind of trash, and I'll explain why. Basically, the amount of product that you make and the amount of money it sells for is not worth the time or the money it takes to fill it up with supplies. Because if you buy supplies, that is 75,000, and you will have to buy supplies around 2.5 times to meet the full bar so you can sell the goods. But as you can see here, without bonuses, it only sells for $335,000. So every time you sell a full acid lab, you will only be making around $150,000 to $250,000, and that is with bonuses from public lobby. lobbies. And that is if you buy supplies, which is really the only way you could go about doing this, because stealing supplies, these missions take so long, it's not even worth it. You're better off doing a headhunter. You'll get more money per minute spent on the mission. But I've came up with a method to make the acid lab actually usable, and you don't have to use any money at all, at least for the acid lab. So let me show you what I'm talking about. What you're going to want to do is buy supplies for every one of your businesses besides the acid lab, and make sure the acid lab has 0 supplies, or else this will basically be for nothing. You then raid a stash house, and the stash house will automatically resupply your acid lab because it is the only business that it can resupply. And stash houses are incredibly quick to do. They take around 2 minutes, 1 minute if you're really fast, and it is completely free. This is by far the best way to make money with the acid lab business, as buying supplies is not worth it and stealing supplies is not worth it. If you're still a little confused, I made a video on this, so check it out. In the auto shop business, you will have customer cars that come in every so often that need to be customized. You can also buy employees whenever you're purchasing your auto shop, but I highly advise against this because the employees are literally programmed to damage your car whenever they make the sale. If you're really in a pinch and you need a vehicle gone, then just do it. But if you want to make money from this business, deliver the cars yourself, and that is the best way to make money, if you don't crash, that is. Which, let's be honest, is kind of a hard thing to do in GTA Online in 2023. In the arcade business, you can make up to $5,000 each day completely passive in GTA Online if you have 5 arcade machines that are different varieties. So you can basically buy 5 different arcade machines, plop them all around your arcade, fill up all the slots, and you will make the maximum amount of $5,000 each day, all completely passive. Also, these machines do not have to be the most expensive ones. You can choose the cheapest ones, and you probably should choose the cheapest ones. By doing this, you put in the least amount of investment as needed, and you see the maximum amount of return. This is business 101, people. In the hangar business, you are kind of expected to source different types of cargo each time you start a mission. But the best way to make money with this business is to choose one type of cargo and only source that type of cargo. This is because every time you reach certain milestones in certain types of cargo, like say you source 10, 25, 50, you get certain bonuses for that specific cargo. You would not get these bonuses if you sourced other types of cargos, also because at any given time you can only have 50 crates. It doesn't matter what they are, you can only have 50. You can have 50 of one, you can have 10 of each, you can have however you format it, you can only have 50. But if you choose to sell one type of cargo and get to 50, you will get the maximum amount of bonus, and you will get the maximum amount of money as possible. The best way to do this right now, I found, is that you go into a public lobby, you invite people to your organization, secure serve by the way, because you can use Ghost Org. You fill up your organization because every time you source crates, you will get 4 crates instead of 1 if you were doing it by yourself. However, this does also give you a longer wait time between sourcing crates, so in between the wait times, I would say just do a headhunter or a sightseer or something to make extra money. In the nightclub, sometimes you will see a VIP passed out in your room or in a closet or somewhere, and usually you have to take them to their home or a rehab center or a hospital. The caveat is that in these missions, you cannot go over a certain speed or hit anything because you will wake the VIP up and the mission will fail. But if you have the Strawberry nightclub and go to the Pillbox Hill Hospital, you can actually get there by doing the maximum amount of speed as you can. You don't have to worry because it is literally down the block, and you will make it before the speed meets the threshold to fail the mission. This is kind of hard to explain, but very easy to observe, so I'll just let you watch the clip. There's a certain MC cell mission where you take buzzards and fly it to different drop-offs, and that's how you complete the mission. This fact is not about the mission, but a way to save you time during the mission. Basically, as you are about to land, hop out and you will land on the ground completely normal, and you will not ragdoll. And that is it, everyone. 10 interesting business facts that new and old players should know in GTA Online. I greatly appreciate all the support my channel has gotten recently. I really do appreciate everything. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great day. Goodbye.